speaking of people sleeping in peace, that's not nice.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. to the Queen.
Canada's finest.
Shout out the $20 bill. Ooh, ouch. Here's the thing about this situation. As serious as we try to be here,
I'll talk about blood clot thing y'all talk about later. Rest in peace.
We gotta talk about the situation. Like we are known that the Queen is active colonizer. We've seen how she looked at the Olympics, looking at all the other countries, wish that she had.
The treatment of,
I don't know, like from a Caribbean like culture, I felt like as a kid, even I know the conspiracy of Princess Diana, because I swear, you see how COVID anti-vaxxers reunited as one, like, and all races, genders, or whatever. I felt like when Princess Diana died, all Caribbean cultures and other people reunited to say that, nah, I damn kill her. Yeah. Like it was all across the board. No one said otherwise. They killed her, and we didn't think that was even
the
a
final
thing.
straw.
It was the final, like, yeah. That opinion has not changed to this day.
yeah.
It has not changed.
Like, I think people, the next generation coming up, it's the same thing. It was like, no, they murked her.
And we had and I don't know, there was
Allegedly.
there was just a thing. Like there was like this. I guess it was just because I guess it's royalty. Mm-hmm. Everybody just loved Princess Diana, and everybody just knew they had this whole thing about, like, you could see from the generation then to the generation now. Some people are like, oh, the Queen of England, and to us we're like, yo, bun that. You know what I mean? And now we're at a point where, like, at UFC 276, they booed her when they put her on the screen.
Ooh.
Oh.
Like the Queen was like, let's pay our respects to the Queen. 12 seconds. Boo! Out of here! Like,
It was brutal.
People like the memes. Like, you know,
Irish Twitter was fire.
yeah.
That shit was lit.
I didn't even know there was an Irish Twitter till that day.
They booed her in the stadium. They were singing a whole song.
Like,
They were.
Sing Lizzie's in a Box. Like, that's the song in the stadium.
That's
They were
cool.
chanting it.
There's the Argentina. Was it Argentina? The other one that pop champagne.
Yeah, the show. No, that was when that was from when Philip died. So when her consort died, the man popped champagne.
Wow.
So then they were like, how is he gonna top that one?
Did you see I think it was the Nigerians, or I don't know if it was. But this is the thing. These
They had
memes
a whole
are
dance.
crazy. They had the
when the dance with the coffin. Yeah. Ghanaian, yeah.
Listen to me. This was like a worldwide smoking on a pack.
That's
It was a worldwide pack, and the blunt was on rotation all around the world.
can't.
It was like it was the new Sweetie Gate. No.
That's crazy. It's like, tell me how you really
Everybody
feel.
kept going.
That's really what that was. She walked into the room, everyone got quiet.
Yeah,
She left.
It's out of hand how it just went.
I've
No,
never
the
seen
thing
that
is, they
before.
weren't quiet. She knows that because she did ban people of color from working in the palace for like until like the 1960s or something like.
1960s.
She
Damn.
was there in World War II.
Yeah,
Her
she's
uncle,
been
who
around.
abdicated
Yeah.
was a sympathizer. Like England, America would have joined the if they did not get in the way of their interests.
That's
I just understand where was our, like, you know, the old school Korean people, where did the ideology of like the Queen and royalty came from? Like, I understand like it's a colonizing thing, but like I wonder like the whole studied like,
Is it
oh my
colonizing
God, the
thing?
Queen is doing this is crazy, I can't believe it, you know what I mean? Where did that come from?
It's the fawning. It's like the religion. It's just kind of like beaten into you, and
I was gonna say
it
beaten
just
into you,
sits
yeah.
in, and it just comes up with you.
It is what it is.
You know, it's
Weird,
been the
yeah.
reality for so long.
I was
You know,
gonna
you've
watch
been
The
part of
Crown
it
on
all.
Netflix.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
watch The Crown on Netflix. I heard that talks about the mix up a little bit.
Oh, the
It's not-
crown.
It's all alleged.
Because Because it goes to some of the drama that was going on within the palace. Like, certain philanderers and people doing things.
Yikes. On Netflix, I'm surprised they went that far on Netflix.
Have you seen the video with Andrew, like, when they're at the
prince, right?
Yeah, Prince Andrew. So he was at the whole, like, the display where the whole royal family came out, right? And so he's holding on to his, like, daughter's leading into him and being like, wiping her face. And then so he goes down to place the flowers and he just slides his hand all the way down, cops a feel of her ass, then comes back up.
I seen the clip
of his
of
own
that,
daughter.
Yeah. I seen the clip of that. That was a little weird.
It was a bit weird. But then again, he also has ties to Epstein, so we already know. And then they bought all the lawyers for her little boy.
That's a little weird clip, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, harsh reality is like they were getting memed up. That's what I was seeing. Everybody
on the internet.
Memed up. And I was just like, man.
The internet never fails.
London Bridge is falling down. Like, it's kind of bad. It's pretty bad.
You know in the NBA sports show, that guy that was smoking a cigar? I forgot his name. He's like a news guy. Not Shannon Sharp. It was another guy, black guy. But I seen his GIF at least 100 times. That when he's smoking a cigar and he goes, "Yo, back up!" and he's smoking a cigar. I seen that like 100 times.
Just pack it up, man. That's unfortunate. But at the same time, it was like, and the weirdest thing is like I seen it, and it's like, oh, it's in grave danger, like or grave, or it's like they didn't even say like.
People were predicting she was.
Yeah, because they were saying CBC was like the cast was wearing black, and it was like transitioning in on their like on the broadcasting. So it was just kind of like, they were foreseeing that she was already in her sick bed, and then
because she got COVID and that was like she never really recovered from it afterwards.
Ooh.
And it's like she caught COVID not long before she ended up back in the hospital and passed away.
And that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So
I'll just never get over the professor who Jeff Bezos got mad at, and yeah. So this is like African professor from the States, and so she's like, oh, so I heard a colonizer. She's like, oh, an evil colonizer who did this. Listed her crimes, died. I hope she suffers.
Wow.
Yeah. It's on Twitter.
On Twitter. And then Jeff. The thing is, so she had made a tweet previously about the guy, one of the men in New York who started New York Amazon like warehouse union, and she was like, "Congrats, just met this great guy like who does whatever about the Amazon union." And then Jeff Bezos kind of doxed her to her work, like her personal Twitter to her work, and then like. First she was on suspension, but then a bunch of white people rolled up and were like, "You can't have her saying these things. This is inconceivable. I can't believe this." And then she got fired. But then they also have like blatant misogynists like saying all kinds of wild shit like on his Twitter, and people are like, "But this man's still here." Like if you're gonna apply if you're gonna like start talking about this doesn't align with our interests when with her. But you didn't do it when people brought him to your attention, and you were like, "Oh, we can't say anything about it's free speech of our employees. We encourage free speech," and so that's why. But there was a whole bunch of shit was happening.
That's crazy.
Well, I think I'm just gonna switch to the next topic.
Yeah. I mean,
but again, actually, I got a question. So, since she's now deceased, who is going to be the next person in kin to run or hold the role?
That's her son, Charles.
Her son, the third.
You see him?
How old is Charles though?
He's like 67.
60-something, yeah.
That's crazy.
Like 67.
They're already looking at the $20 bill, the $5 bill, and be like, "Put his face on it."
Yeah, is it gonna change? That's another question.
I don't understand.
Our money has historical figures on the bills, so it's different. It's the quarter. It's the change currency that has her face.
It's the penny, you know.
Yeah, it's the coins that are changed during the end of a reign.
Bill?
That's she on the 20.
But that's the thing. All the bills are historical figures. They don't have the same expectations on them because coins are older historically and like legally.
Oh, okay.
So it's like coin tender shows like the reign of like who's in power.
Okay.
Which is why you'll see it's like, oh, Queen Elizabeth in her current face, the year it was minted. So it's like,
That's why. Is that why the bills are like made out of like this plastic that can't like?
But notice who else is on the bill. You have like whoever McHenry or whatever, some next racist Canadian mans. Okay, like they just pull out some mans from history, paste his face on the bill, and they're like, in remembrance of so and so.
I swear they just changed Ryerson's name.
Yeah.
They said it's gonna be millions of dollars just to chase Dundas.
Yeah, because you gotta register. You have to re-register your address.
Granted.
So that what?
And also, like, I don't understand, like, what power does like the
queen?
The queen have? Like, what do they have? Like, what can they say or do?
The British.
So
like,
it's a constitutional monarchy now. So they're not really in charge. When you look at it, they actually have a lot of like influence still.
Yeah.
So it's like royal influencers?
Yes and no. I mean, it's a part of our constitution, our legislation, our this and that.
If someone's moving to the country trying to become a citizen, you pledge allegiance to the crown.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's more.
That's actually a good point.
The treaties.
All the treaties and stuff are built based on
the
us
English,
being part
the
of
French, and the Aboriginal. Yep.
Us being part of the monarchy. And it's like you'll notice this across the Commonwealth, because like the Commonwealth is one of those things that she actually was a very big part in creating and like helping become a thing, so that they could retain what remaining colonies they had. So it's like there are certain like
attributes,
and also like the way we govern is based on the monarchy and like what was set in place by them. The government still owes allegiance and all the stuff to the crown to a certain degree. There's like clauses in there about like responsibilities to the monarch and
our military. Yep.
In certain situations they can be called on by the head of the Commonwealth.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep, we're very tied.
Mob ties.
Tied.
Yeah.
Same with France. Tied.
Lord.
Tied.
Like Haiti's been paying France for the pleasure of
they just
recently
got told that France will pay them back.
Wow.
After hundreds of years of being a free country. France is like, yeah, you can be on your own, but now you'll have to pay us a fee or we're going to come in and take your shit again.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Let's switch the topic. Let's switch the topic to, because we're just gonna do like a quick one because I think we're burnt out after.
No, I got energy. Don't do that. Don't do that.
We got jobs. And
careers. Yeah, so do I. We got it all day. Let's go.
I'm trying to get the 8 hours, but here's one.